Today, I have a huge opportunity. I stumbled over to Orange City, Florida and found myself playing a $250 poker tournament. But little did I know, the prize pool was going to end up being over $400,000. First place alone is like $70K. That is a lot of money. Obviously, to win a poker tournament, you have to get extremely lucky and play for many hours and play well. But is it too early to ask for my one time? Hello?
I just woke up. It's a beautiful day here in Minnesota. 70, sunny. Can't ask for much better. We are about to head to Orange City, Florida with the Casino King. It's going to be a hell of a trip. We got 3 days ahead of us. Ton of gambling, poker tournaments, cash games. Might sneak in some commentary. Who knows? It's going to be a good time, and I'm bringing you with, obviously. So let's have a good one. I got my coffee right here, and what better way to start my day than this beautiful black bean juice? I posted that WSOP video a couple days ago, whatever it was, I don't even know. He had not a lot of positive comments. No worries, don't care. Nothing that you guys say can hurt me at all. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And I think that's important to remember because I did lose some sleep over. But you know what? I have not studied at all anymore for tournaments, and I don't plan to. So suck my dick. Okay, you can cut that short because we can't include that on YouTube. But yeah, cut that short on dit. Perfect. Fuck you. I'm going to play poker. Watch me ship this entire thing, and then I'm going to throw fat hundreds at you while you cry, you little hater.
Check a bag, he said. It'll be fun, he said.
I don't know why I see the toilet bags up there. I feel like my dad, but like an old version of my dad.
Yeah, but I'm the kid and you're the dad, and I'm like, hey, Zoomer, don't check a bag. It's not good for you. And you're like, I'm gonna check. You are a Zoomer, are you not?
I don't know what that is.
I don't even know. It's like a Gen Z or whatever. Oh, there's your bag. Just kidding. Just kidding. Going to find our rental car. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me. Oh, this might be our car right here. Is this us? This Jeep? Sure. Gold member. This guy's rich.
I'm so hungry. It's crazy. You know where we're going. This hotel is not safe. All right, you know the drill. Orange City Poker Room. We're in Orange City, Florida, obviously. $250,000 guaranteed multi-room tournament. It's going to be exciting. We have 2 bullets, and first place, $50,000. Let's go. Okay, what's the challenge?
All right, yeah, here we go. $500 last long.
Okay.
Between the 2 of us.
Jesus, dude.
Per bullet.
I was going to do something a lot more friendly, and I was going to say, do you want to do a 10% swap?
Nah.
No, come on, dude.
I'm terrible at poker. Actually, I should do the swap.
All right, 10% swap. I mean, are we going to shake on it, or is it just like a friendly? Deal. 10% swap. If I win $50K, you get $5,000. That would feel pretty good.
I've never rooted for you harder in my life.
All right, well, I appreciate that. It's going to be a good day. I feel like I'm just going to get aces every hand, and then they're going to hold every hand, and that's how you win a poker tournament, essentially. So we left early for the poker room because he really wanted Chick-fil-A. He gets a #1
with ranch.
With ranch. No, like any breakfast items on it, just ranch and chicken.
And you just start laughing, and the Chick-fil-A's lady, I felt bad for
He's
her.
like, do you want anything? I'm like, no, I don't want anything, bro. Like, you just ordered the most insane thing at 9 a.m. in the morning. Ranch and
It's good.
it must be for the run good, bro, because it can't be for flavor. That's crazy.
You got 10% of my ranch, bro.
Probably remember my most recent tournament poker buy-ins have not gone very well, and I wouldn't lie to you if that was sneaking into my head a little bit, but after playing cash and messing around the day before this tournament, I actually found out that some of the games here are pretty good. I think out of this player pool, I might have the best chance to have a big score that I might have anywhere in this world. If you are playing in Florida, you should check out Orange City Poker Room. Absolutely phenomenal action, and the games are good. We arrive to the card room, and it is full. It's bumping, it's active, and the tournament is about to start. We get our chips, we take a seat, and it's time to play some poker. We're off to a slow start in this tournament, but that doesn't really matter in these lower, smaller blind levels. There's an open to 1,000, 2 players call, and I have pocket queens in the big blind. I'm going to squeeze this one up to 6,000 in chips, and all the players fold. So our first hand of the day we are taking down, which feels nice. Shortly after, I pick up 4-5 suited, and on a board that actually is pretty good for us, we have a pair and a flush draw. We get donked into by the small blind. We call once, but then he barrels again on the turn for much bigger, and I decide that we must fold. A few levels have gone by before this next hand. Yes, you heard that right. Levels. Guys, I literally was playing 0 hands, and I think a lot of you think that A, I'm either too tight, or B, I'm too loose, but there's no in between. Your guys' opinions of me are very polar. But the reason I say all of this is because I pick up pocket aces, and I have not played a hand literally in an hour and a half, and we're under the gun, and all of a sudden I'm opening. So there should be red flags to everyone at the table, but we do get a call from the big blind and the small blind, and we're going 3 ways to a flop that comes pretty good for our hand. It comes ace, queen, 4, all clubs. When it checks to me on these monotone ace-high boards, we actually want to be doing a lot of checking. And the reason for that is because our range does not consist of mini flushes, right? When we raise under the gun, we have a pretty thin range, and a lot of them are suited aces. So when they check to me, I do check this one back. The turn is a really good card. It's a red queen. So the board is ace, queen, queen, 4. Now we can get value from flushes and all of the queen X out there. And good news for us, the small blind now bets out for 2,500 in chips. The big blind folds, and I'm not going to start raising now. We're going to get value from all of their hands regardless. I put in the call. The river is another good card. It is an offsuit jack. I'm very happy to see the small blind now bet out for 4,000 in chips. I'd like him to go a little bit bigger, but he only has about 17,000 left behind. We have him covered, and there's only one thing for us to do, baby. I am all in, dealer. And our opponent hates it. He is in the torture chamber. He thinks for a very long time, keeps asking how many chips I have. Sir, I have you covered. It's how many chips do you have? He thinks for a while, he thinks for longer, but he can't fold his hand. He puts in the call. He has queen 8 offsuit, and we are scooping a massive one early on, and the entire table is confirmed. I am a nit. I only play pocket aces. I'm sorry. We are cooking in this $250 buy-in, and that's not going to stop in this next hand. I open 6-5 of hearts to 1,500 from the cutoff, and the big blind and the under the gun limper put in the call. The flop is okay for our hand. It comes 10-9-5 with 1 heart. They both check to me, and probably should just be checking this one back, but I have bottom pair, would love to take it down now. I bet out for 2,500. I think if we're going to bet, we should go bigger, maybe 3,500 or 4,000, but I can't go back and change what I did. I bet 2,500, and the big blind folds, but the under the gun limper puts in the call. The turn is no help. It's a 7, so now we have a gutter to the bad end of a straight if an 8 were to come on the river, but this does feel a lot better for their limp calling range, I guess. But I guess I also have a lot of good hands on this board too. Whatever, he checks and I decide to check it back. The river is an interesting card. It comes a queen, and now our opponent decides to bet out for 3,200. This is a very small wager. I don't think we have any showdown values, so calling is definitely not an option. but I think we do have a very good candidate to bluff. This is a small sizing. If he had a better hand, he would definitely go bigger. And we block some straights, block some 2 pairs. I raise, and I'm very thrilled to just see him fold. I don't really know. We could have probably just had the best hand, or maybe we got a single pair holding to fold. Either way, happy to see those chips coming my way. Let's go, baby. This next hand is a pretty interesting one, and I really don't know how to feel about it, so you can let me know in the comments. I open the button to 1500 with ace-5 offsuit, and the big blind puts in the call. He's a reggy, quiet-looking fellow. The flop comes 5-5-4 rainbow, which is obviously very nice for our hand. He checks, and I decide to bet very small. I bet 1,000, and he puts in the call. The turn is an 8, so 6-7 gets there. 6-7. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. I think in general, even with a button open, this is probably a board that I'm going to be doing some checking back on. Maybe I should just bet since I have such a strong hand and not complicate things, but he checks, and I decide to play this one sneaky and check this one back. I think he doesn't have any good hands, right? I think he's virtually drawing dead. So I think I want to give him some rope if he is a good player to bluff at this river with maybe his perceived range advantage, or, you know, whatever. I don't know. I check, and the river is a jack. And now our opponent decides to bet out for 5,000 chips, nearly 80%, 85% pot bet. And I don't know, if I raise, what are we going to get called by? It's hard for me to say. Maybe a hand like 8-9 or 7-8 perhaps, but why would that float the flop? The only scenario that I really like raising is if he has a jack, but I just think he's bluffing. So I put in the call, and he shows us king 4 offsuit for bottom pair. So I'm not really sure if he was value betting or bluffing, but I don't think he was calling a raise. I don't want to be results oriented. Maybe this is a super nitty just call, but I can't tell you what I should have done. I can only tell you what I did next hand.
We have pocket 4s, and we go like 5 ways to a flop. I'm the original raiser. Flop comes king 4 deuce, and a really good player leads into us from the small blind. We go call, and there's heaps of chips in the middle on the river, and he bets like 10% pot, which is actually super sick. I rip it in, he folds. We had 90K. Okay, everything's going great, right? No. We have ace king under the gun. I raise. Guy that just sits down has 30K, raises to 7K. Small blind calls back on me. Obviously, we have the easiest all-in of all time. I ship it all in. They both call. It's aces, ace, king, and 7s. We don't get there. We're back down to 35K. Then we win a hand right after that. We're back up to like 60. I don't know. It's been a roller coaster. We have plenty of chips, 50 big blinds. We're going to run it up. Good luck. Thank you, of course.
As you can hear from that break update, the aces hand really sucks because I had ace king. I'm extremely happy to get it in there with the dead money, and the new player just wakes up with aces immediately. Come to find out, this new player is going to be the best action player I've ever seen in my life, and somehow we follow each other from table to table throughout this tournament, and we battle plenty. I come back from that break and we play an ace king hand where I open, the big blind calls, we take it down after a small c bet, and then I open queen 7 offsuit on the button, which is a bit dicey, but I think I have an edge on small blind and big blind, and the big blind ends up betting big on the river, and we have a pair, but I decide it's not the best spot for us, so I fold.
All right, so we don't have a ton of time, so I'm just gonna try and do this quick. So I basically put the phone away. It's a fairly big spot. I mean, there's like 400K guarantee at this point. I don't know, 41 bag, and there's like 80 people left. We have about 40 big blinds, 108K coming back to 3K big blind. I wanted to try and focus. I'm a pretty ass player, as some of you know. I'm not gonna try and make it harder on myself. So there's a couple hands to go over. We came back from last break. We had pocket aces immediately. Flop comes ace jack 10. With clubs, and there was a limper in this pot, and I raised button fairly big because he had been limp calling, super passive player. He raises after I see bet. I think he always has value here. If he has king queen GG, let's pair the board. I jam, he snap calls. He just has jack 10, so he's basically dead. Scoop a massive one there, and then we play a very big one, not too much longer. I have jack 10, and I raise button, big blind defends. Flop comes jack 6-3, also with a flush draw. He checks. I bet tiny. I bet very, very small. I think I just bet a big blind, and he raises. It was like 1,600 big blind or 1,500 big blind, and he raises to 7K, so he raises huge. I call. He checks on a brick, and then when it just goes check, 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 and he just spazzed out with a hand like king high or something. So it feels nice to grab that one. Since then, haven't played a ton of hands, but just recently we're at 155K. We're at a lot. We had a lot of chips, and I have ace 5 of clubs. I raise cutoff 2 big blinds. We're at 2,500 big blind to 5K. I raise ace 5 of clubs to 5K. Button goes all in for 11 big blinds. Everyone else folds back to me. It's close. It's very close. You could definitely say to fold, but I think he has a lot of like king queen suiteds, king jack suiteds, queen jack suiteds if he's playing well. Also, he has like probably all the pairs. So against all of those hands, we still might not have the equity to call, but I stick it in. He has pocket fours, great spot for us. A 50-50 flip, and we don't get there. So we're down to 108K, coming back to 3K. So we have, what is that, like 36, 37 big blinds? I don't know. Feeling good. Table has gotten a bit tougher, but there's still a couple good spots at the table. And the guy with all the chips is one of them. Probably only a couple minutes here left. So I'm gonna get back in there. I'm not gonna be filming. If we get to day 2, I promise I'm filming everything. So basically, if you see this, you're gonna see this regardless. But it's been a good run so far. I feel like I've played some really good poker. I've done some things that I might not do every time. A couple really good squeeze spots that you're never gonna hear from me about. But just trust me, okay? I know I don't play perfect, but I think I played pretty well today. So let's go back in there, continue it, and try and get down to that 41 mark and bag for day 2. So much money up top. Let's play well.
What's up, guys? It is Seth. I go by Sethy Poker on the internet, and we are here at Orange City Poker Room and Racing playing the multi-room mayhem $250,000 guaranteed tournament. Super sick. Just for my first impressions of being here, this place is absolutely amazing. The action's great, obviously, and the seats are super comfortable. I mean, we really can't stress that enough. You guys should come out. If you're in the area, we're gonna be here for the next couple days, and this place is absolutely amazing. If you're in the Florida area, play here.
Copy of me as usual.
Dude, I mean, the seats are just so comfortable.
You don't understand.
They are. We're gonna, yeah, my ass has never felt this amazing before.
So yeah, I put the phone down, but I'm glad I did because I genuinely locked in this moment. I went extremely card dead, but in my mind, I told myself, I have an edge over these players. I can play well in this field, and I can cash and make a deep run in this tournament. And I didn't make any mistakes. I played the way that I should have played. We get moved tables. We sit down at another table that has a lot of great spots, and all I need is to pick up some hands. We're getting short, and all of a sudden, we're 15 players away from the money. This next hand is the turning point of this tournament. I haven't played a hand in a while. I'm card dead and I am bleeding chips. We're down to about 16 big blinds and everyone around me has heaps. The player who's been playing every hand raises middle position to 8,000 chips. The blinds are 2K, 4K, and I'm in the big blind. I put in the call with ace deuce offsuit. Now, when I put in the call, I told myself I am not going to be folding no matter what. This guy has been bluffing every single hand, and I'm going to take a stand. The flop comes king 7-7 rainbow. Ace high can still be good. I check and he bets small. He bets 5K. Like I said, I'm not folding. I put in the call. The turn is a deuce, but it doesn't really change much. We still are ahead of all of his air. I check and he now bets 10,000 chips. He's still continuing with this small sizing, and I put in the call. The river's not a good one. It's a queen. Some of his Broadway hands now get there. I check a third time, praying to see him check it back, but he doesn't. He bets out for 20,000 chips. My thought process going into this hand was I was not going to fold, and luckily, we have video of my decision. Roll the tape.
Be a hero like you.
Let's go, baby. Come on. All of a sudden, I have over 100,000 in chips, which is over 20 big blinds, plenty to play actual poker. The action does not stop there, though. Only a few hands later, I play debatably the second biggest hand of this tournament. I have ace-5 offsuit in the small blind. I complete the limp, and the big blind checks his option. We're going 3 ways against 2 players who are maniacs and have all the chips, and the flop comes 9-6-5 all hearts. Remember, I have ace-5 with the ace of hearts, so we have bottom pair and the nut flush draw. I check in the small blind, the big blind checks, and middle position player now bets out for 5,000 chips. I'm going to turn my hand into a bluff right now. I raise to 15,000. I would like to see myself go a little bit bigger, but we don't have a ton of chips to work with, so maybe small raise is okay. But the big blind player now puts in the call. And so does the middle position player. All of a sudden, this pot is getting very bloated and there's over 60,000 chips in the middle, and the turn is a good one. It's a black ace. Now I have 2 pair. So all of a sudden I go from having a bluff to now having some value. I can beat 2 pairs. I can beat a hand like 9-10. I check, and now the big blind decides to bet 20,000. Still a small wager, but at this stage of the tournament, everything is big. The next player puts in the call, and I don't know what is going on. I've already decided that these 2 players are insane players. I can easily have the best hand right now, but should I just rip it? Should I call and then hope for a clean river and they bluff and then I get put in a tough spot? I don't know. This is a crazy hand. I decide to put in the call, and the river's a good one. It's an offsuit jack. This river should not connect with anybody's hands unless somebody specifically has jack 9, but we still beat that hand. I check. The big blind now bets 40,000 chips. Middle position player reluctantly folds. That's good news. And now we have a crazy decision on our hands. This is what I'll say. I have played with this player all day. He's followed me around from table to table. He was the one I was talking about earlier, and I have never seen him bet for value. He's checked back the nuts. I'm not joking. These stone cold nuts. He's checked back a set. He's checked back 2 pair. And every time I've seen him bet the river, it's been a bluff. So I don't think there's any reason we should be folding here. If he's going to take my chips, GG, sir, you're going to win my chips. I put in the call, and he shows us king 6 offsuit with no heart, a stone cold bluff. Our read was correct. And all of a sudden, I have like 250,000 in chips. We went from having nothing to having heaps. We are in the top 30% of chip stacks, and we're only 7 players away from the money. This is a dream. Let's go. I get moved to a new table, and eventually we are on the hard bubble. We're hand for hand, and it's actually very interesting to see some of the big stacks, including me now, the way we have to battle when there's shorties. And the second 1-player bus, we're bagging up and going on to day 2. So obviously we're going to make day 2, but we do play an interesting hand when we sit down. The blinds are 4K, 8K. There's 2 limps in middle position and maybe like the hijack or the cutoff. And it gets to me in the small blind. I have pocket jacks. I raise it up to 25,000. Would like to see myself go bigger, but again, I think we're going to be getting a lot of credit for getting involved here. We're on the stone bubble. And now the big blind, an Asian lady who seems to be a crusher. She now makes it 75,000 to go. I really want to jam. I have a voiceover about this. You'll hear me talk about it, but I decided to just put in the call, and the flop comes absolutely horrible. It's ace, king, queen with 2 spades. I have a spade, but when I check it to her, she bets 65,000, which is good for about 40%. And yeah, obviously she's allowed to put max pressure on me. The only way I'm ahead is if she has pocket 10s. And even then, I'm not going to be able to hold on. She'll put me in a tough spot, so I just fold. A couple hands after this, I pick up some money from some of the players who don't want to play from the blinds, and the bubble bursts. The bubble bursts. I have made the money on the Sethi Poker YouTube channel. None of you can talk shit anymore, bro. I'm back. I'm so back, and we have a huge day 2 coming. I have heaps of chips, and the blinds reset, so we're coming back to 100 big blinds. This is exciting and is what could be the start of, what could be the start of, what could be the start of a sweat. Shout out Ryan.
All right, the bubble is bursted. We have exactly 250,000 in chips. Yeah, I mean, we're going to play super tight tomorrow, and just hopefully people just punch off hundreds of big ones, and we'll take it. All right, you might think since we just bagged that we're done playing poker for the day, that's absolutely not true. I have a beer, and we're going to go max late reg, the same exact tournament, try and cash again for $1,000. Good luck us.
It's crazy how good of poker you can play when there's absolutely zero pressure. And if I were to bag a second time, like I said, I get $1,000. It's $1,000 bag. That's more than 3 of the min cashes, so it's completely worth it. And I have over 130,000 chips with only about 35 players left. And then we play an absolutely massive hand with, you know what it is, ace, queen offsuit. I open ace, queen offsuit from the hijack, the cutoff 3 bets. And we're about 35 big blinds deep. Our hand is about a 40% jam, 60% fold, I think. But we ship it in, and he says, oh, I think I'm calling. And then he calls. He has pocket 10s. It's always ace, queen versus 10s with me. And he flops a 10. We are just deado. I went to a good guy. He's a good dude, follower of the channel. So shout out to you. I hope you did well with my chips, but we're not going to bag a second time. I looked up the hand, and the hand is correct. So we're just supposed to get it all in off of like 32 big blinds, but whatever. Got to get home, get some sleep, and prepare for a huge day 2.
felt cool in the moment. All right, let's talk a little bit about yesterday. So to be completely honest, filming while you play is not that hard, but it's just hard enough that it does affect me. And I think I've noticed it a little bit in the cash game vlogs. So I put my phone away, and I'm glad I did, because I think I played some really, really, really good poker. Look, there's opportunities to accumulate chips. I really don't want to just go out there and just dust, because that's what the solver says. We're moving back in big blind, so I think a lot of people are going to play incorrectly. There's going to be a lot of punts, because moments ago they were 15, 20 big blinds deep, and now all of a sudden they're 70, 80 big blinds deep. So I know the field has some soft players left. I'm gonna try and reg battle as best I can, but we're looking for pay jumps. Obviously we want to accumulate chips because I want to win this entire thing, but we're not going to punt. We're not going to be 4-bet jamming or 5-bet jamming ace queen or anything like that. We're gonna be playing very passive, because I think most of the field will be playing passive as well. So yeah, we're gonna head down to the casino here in about 30 minutes. I'm going to do just a little bit of meditation, perhaps. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm gonna drink this coffee, and yeah, let's just have a day. Let's just go there, play super good poker. No matter what happens, I'm happy with how I've played today. I feel it. I feel a good run coming. I don't know. There's something in the air. So let's get down to Orange City Racing and Poker Club, and let's play some poker. Good luck us. Come on, Chad. All right, you know the deal. I don't have to do any more explaining. 250K chips, 250 players left. It's a slow structure. We have heaps. Let's go play solid. Let's get to the card room. What do we think?
You made it. Go save Riley.
After a good night's sleep, the vibes going into day 2 are about as high as possible. But unfortunately, the cards did not cooperate. It was going okay. I pick up pocket 10s and open from middle position, get a caller in the big blind, and I bet on the flop and take it down. But other than that, there were not many times that chips were coming back to me. Card distribution is very, very important in poker, and as you can see from some of the cards you are seeing right now, we weren't getting a lot of opportunities to mix things up. This is extra frustrating to me because obviously I don't play a ton of tournaments and I don't make decent runs very often, so I just feel entitled to get good cards. I think they call it winner's entitlement or whatever, but it's very frustrating. I'm sure I am missing a few spots where I could find 3-bets on the looser side and take some chips down, but for the most part, I'm looking at 10-6 offsuit, 9-deuce offsuit, Jack-4 offsuit for hours and hours and hours. I defend my big blind with 10-7 offsuit against 2 other players, and the flop gives us a gutter. I check, and one of the players bets 1/3. I stick in the call with our gutter ball. We don't get there, and we end up folding the turn. After folding even more for what feels like an eternity, I finally pick up what, in my eyes, is the nuts. Ace-Jack offsuit. There's an early position open against a player who covers us, and I am going to 3-bet this one up to 25,000 in chips. And for these players, I have not been getting in there very much. Again, they should be giving me a lot of credit, but the original raiser puts in the call, going to a flop that comes 10-9-4 rainbow. When he checks it over to me, I think in a 3-bet pot here, it's fine to put in a C-bet. I bet out for 25,000 in chips, and our opponent does not waste much time. He now raises to 70,000. I do debate 3-bet jamming, but I just don't think that would be very good. Probably not getting too many folds here from our opponent, and we're most certainly not ahead, I wouldn't say, unless he has a hand like Queen Jack or 7-8. So unfortunately, with the stack size that we have behind, I just have to let this one go. Back to folding for a very, very long time, and all of a sudden, I am under 20 big blinds, and we are not loving it. This next hand is pretty interesting. It's a limped pot, and we complete in the big blind. The flop comes Queen, Jack, 5, and it checks through, and then the turn is another 5, and it checks through again, and then the river is a 10. So there's some straights out there, some full houses. Not that anybody can really have those hands. I'm just trying to explain the board to you because I don't have graphics on this one. The small blind checks, and I think our queen can be good here. So I bet out for small, and the under the gun player folds, and now the small blind raises to 75,000. This is a super competent player. I think she can still have value sometimes. If it was not a competent player, I would have called immediately because I think it's always a bluff. But against a competent player, they can still have value sometimes, but I stick in the call, and she was bluffing. but she has queen 3, and we're going to end up chopping this one up. So we get some chips back, but we don't really profit, which sucks.
All right. I just have to vent to this camera because, like, I'm so excited for day 2. We're in the money. We have a chance to just play poker, and we don't get the chance to play poker. I've had ace jack. I haven't had 2 Broadway cards. I haven't had a suited ace. Anything, dude. My big blinds, I have 8 deuce offsuit. I'm folding big blinds. I'm playing no hands, 0. And you guys can say, sure, like, Seth, you're a net. Well, I'm filming every hand. This is just unbelievable. I'm just getting bullied. Like, it's probably clear that I'm on tilt. It's probably clear that I'm annoyed. We came into this day with 250 chips. We had 260K at one point. We're down to 95, and we're coming back to 8K big blind. We have like just over 10 bigs. I'm disgusted, I'm annoyed, but I'm trying to just let it go. Come back and play the best poker we can with the stack that we have. You just gotta trust me, like literally no hands. Like, I'm so excited to play today. I have had ultimate card deafness. No suited connectors, no 3-betting hands. I had 18 to 16 big blinds forever. There's so many rejams I can find with suited kings, any pairs in the blinds. I haven't had a pair, haven't had a suited ace, haven't had 2 Broadway cards, not once, dude. All right, rant over. We're done ranting. The mindset is back to locked in. I have to go use the restroom. We're gonna get a little soda or something to just like have some mouthfeel or something. We're gonna play well. We have 10 big blinds. We have to be prepared to go all in. I know my charts. I know what I have to go all in with for 10, 12 bigs. So we're good there. Let's go.
We are back from break, and it doesn't take one hand. I look down at pocket 6s, and from middle position, this is a slam dunk, all in. I ship my chips in the middle.
All in.
All in.
And I am not happy with what I see next. The older gentleman on the button takes a deep breath and announces he's all in for his 300,000 plus stack. It's not usually good for me. And once the cards are revealed, my assumption is correct. He has aces.
Not aces.
He just has
Miracle
aces.
Ace?
Here's the one.
I thought it was pocket 7 because it's one of my.
GG's, guys. Play well. Have fun.
Damn. The dream is dead, but it was a good journey. It was a fun journey. I think I played well, but man, just not how you want your day 2 to go.
I don't want this video to end on a negative note, so here's what I have to say. To win a poker tournament or to run deep in a poker tournament, you have to have a 1 in 1,000 like distribution of cards. You have to run so well, play so well. And what? Just because I'm in some super top heavy tournament and we just like min cash basically for $400, does that mean I'm gonna be upset? No, I'm happy. We played well day 1. There was a ton of battling, a ton of moments where I could have got down on myself and just like given up. We'll take it. Obviously, it's easy to be upset because, yeah, I wanted the 70K, bro. Yes, I wanted to win first. I wanted 70K. I wanted 50K, 30, 20, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, I made more money than I came with. We're walking with $400, dude. 400 bucks. And now you know what time it is. It's time to play some cash. I'll see you next time.